if I was Corey Jackway, would you have pulled me out of the game? I said, well, if you were Corey Jackway, you would already have 40 yards. But then, so he had rushing in the game. He had the 6th and 7th all-time record. Longest run, Frank owns by himself, 91 yards versus Woodland. His first all-time. And fumble recovers in the season, amazing 5 by Joe Quinn. Places second all-time. Good job, Joe Quinn. Flloyd. Ladies love Frank. The experience I remember most about Frank, and they wrote about it in the newspaper this year, is his freshman year during sectionals. We brought Frank and a few other freshmen up to kind of help us, like we did this year, to help our varsity team get ready for sectionals. And of course, we put Frank at the scout team running back position. That year, we had a stud middle linebacker, all-state linebacker by the name of Matt Chevron. This kid was a beast. He was strong, he was fast, and he hit like a ton of bricks. And he didn't like Frank. Am I wrong? He didn't like you at that time? But at any rate, we put Frank in there, and I was a little bit worried because Frank at that point was smaller than he is now, which is hard to say, but he was about 135 pounds. We ran a sweep with him. And here comes Matt Chevron just barreling down with a great angle, and I'm shaking my head saying this wasn't a good idea to put Frank in there. And then on a dime, Frank stops. Chevron flies by, you can see his mouth open, and then Frank takes it up for a score against our varsity defense, and I said to myself, this kid's going to be special. We can do something with this kid. And I tell you what, he didn't disappoint me. He had a great career here. Frank was hampered by injuries the last 4 or 5 games of the season. He played in the mud, which isn't really his style. He's a slasher and cutter. But he went going into the last 4 games of the season. He was averaging 225 yards per game. The last 4 games combined, he didn't get to 225. So imagine if the weather would have cooperated, I think he would have had a 2,000-yard season, which is fairly rare in this day and age. So Frank was a great leader for us, a great player. He grew up a lot from his freshman year until now, and I'm really proud of Frank Flloyd. Good news there, Brandon, is Frank was in your goal last year. He ran for 1,400 yards with that second team. We were disappointed last year, so we made up for it this year, and I know you will make up for it next year as well. Voted, and it came down between 2 great football players, Brandon Bees, Frank Lloyd. Both players would have been great selections, however, only one can win this award. This year's winner of the MVP award goes to Frank Lloyd.
Because I feed them thousands. I know that didn't rhyme, but I'm only being honest. You can't pay me in cash, now I'm only seeing commas. I swear I got on 6 boxes right now. I'm trying to milk the game as if the game was a cow. I had an Eddie Bow expedition 7 years ago. My grandma used to tell me that she swear I've been here before. I used to wear braids like Jason's lyric quote. Spent the bundle on the coast because I'm spiritual. And I can never pass a physical. I stay high as the voice of 8 times. And make mine a straight with no chase. Hold the ice, I got enough on anyway. And when they see the boy, they hyperventilate. I got them running after me like I'm about to win the race. Cause I'm a beast, I'm a dog. Bitch, I'm a beast. Oh, I'm a dog.